Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Ostranauts, and we just finished I'm going to say moderate run. Found lots of nitrogen, a little bit of oxygen. I think I put that, there it is right there. A couple of nav stations. I think we can get some good money for those usually, and I'm hoping that we see exactly that. This one will have to wait. I can't get any more space in the cargo area here. I've used up everything. So we're going to go ahead and run down to the black market. He has not been coming through for us, but we'll give it another try and see what happens. Maybe he'll be like, oh yeah, this time I'll take a nav station off your hands or something. Usually we'll see a lot better payout when he does. With that said, a few of the things I saw felt like they were selling for more normal prices compared to like the license desk and scrap. So hard to say for sure, but we will take a peek. Here we go. And he's our buddy now, right? So Elijah, we're working on something for him. He has trouble with a coworker or something. So he's got some sort of intrigue he wants us to look into. And we are going to do that, but on our timeline, not on his. So let's see what we've got here. We'll go to cargo. They want nothing we have. Okay, they'll take a Kang. That's good. 1100. They'll take the thruster. I kind of thought that might be the case. Another 3700. So we're looking at almost 5000 already. Well, there it is. 4800 total. And what else? He'll take a nav station for 11,400. That's good. Sell that one. One of these crates had a couple of things in it, but it was all stuff I was keeping. Yeah, there we go. So we're not going to get rid of that. So 16,000 from the black market dealer. I want to remember that 11,400 for the nav center because I want to see what the upstairs, what they'll pay for the other one we have. Not selling the Hydras. Not selling the battery. We're holding on to that for when we can install it ourselves. So yeah, that looks like that's going to be it. Was there anything in our bag? I'm not seeing anything that I really wanted to get rid of. So we'll accept and we will head back upstairs. There we go. Up to the port. I could probably check out the gigs and see if there's anything fun and exciting there, but maybe we'll wait just a bit. Kind of enjoy my favorite part is the salvaging, and it's kind of like playing an online role-playing game. You're kind of curious what the loot's going to be, and that's kind of the way I look at it. Feels, I know what I wanted to do first. I feel like that's really the selling point though, is what can I get off of this next ship I go to, that kind of thing. So I want to refill these so I don't forget, because I will forget. Start talking, and you know how it is. So let's come down here. But then the other thing was, I absolutely want to pick this up and drag it the heck down here and try selling it. See what we get. Okay, it was 11,400 if I recall from the black market. And here we're looking at, a little bit less, 2,000 less. So just to point that out. Also, I didn't even pay attention to this on the other one. It's possible there were some files on that nav center. I didn't see the price jump up dramatically, so if there were, they probably weren't worth very much, but you can find files to sell, just like on a PDA, and sometimes sell those particularly to the black market. A lot of times he likes those a lot. Okay, so we're just going to go and click through here. We've got that. We're not selling conduits. We're going to go ahead and sell the nitrogen tanks for now. There will be a period in the future where I don't sell all those things. For now, we're selling all these things. We still need money. That heater was only 1,400. Okay, and then we got all these tanks. So, and 4 turbo pumps at almost 2,000 each. There we go. Okay, so 16,000 from the black market, 18,000 here. Not a bad day. 34,000 and change. That'll drive down our mortgage just a touch. Trying to see if there's anything else here that I'm not thinking of. I'm not seeing anything. Real quick, this is what those files will look like. And, well, it's like this one. This one doesn't have anything attached to it that is worth money. We can get rid of it by selling it. It'll disappear out of there, and there's really nothing wrong with that. I don't know of a way to play it or anything. I kind of tried. I didn't run into anything. So we're just going to free up the space, really. We could also do that through the PDA itself, but that's all right. We'll do it this way. There we have it. Okay. Well, we know they don't sell much. Generally, the scrap desk is selling things that we're not going after. I did hear from one person on a comment that said, absolutely, you can buy stuff from the scrap desk, fix it up, and sell it for a profit. That is great to hear. I think it's going to depend on the item to decide how likely that is going to work. But these damaged items, that could be a path to money in the future. I might try that in my own playthrough and see what I run into. Not seeing anything here that screams at me, mostly because those aren't the things I need. I wouldn't mind coming down here, finding a backpack. That would be best. Not seeing a backpack. Sometimes I feel like they're down here, although I might be confusing these images, and that might be what I remember. So not a whole lot of anything like that. The Weber torch, 27,000. I've really been hoping we'd find one of these on a ship, or the black market would have one for sale. So far that hasn't happened. We will wait just a little longer, but eventually we're going to want to bite the bullet there. That is something that is really, really, really worth having. Okay. Oh, I did see one. Backpack. There is one. Grabbing that. Piece of me is thinking of going ahead and grabbing the card, even though I know I have one out on a ship somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Really can be helpful. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Just buy one of those. So we're buying a backpack and the truck cart. Anything else? Data cards, batteries, cargo web. Not seeing anything we can't live without. The hygiene pack, I think we have a few of those, so I think we're okay there. We could certainly use one, as you can see here. I would love if the game had showers on the bases so that you could do that. There are sinks and you can freshen up, but I don't think it has an impact on hygiene like it used to. I feel like when I've done it, it just kind of, it's more about, oh, you've primped yourself. We can do it here real quick. Come over here. What is it? View mirror. Will that do it? Yeah, that doesn't do anything for us. I thought there was, there we go. Freshen up with water. But I don't think anything happened over here. Oh, it did. It took care of it. Okay, I might just not have been watching the right place. So there you have it. I guess that's the equivalent of taking a quick shower. Okay, now we know. There you have it. We'll come back out here. Hey, who's this? Meline. What are you doing, Meline? You looking for me? Inspect? Oh, that's the poster. No, we don't want to inspect or admire Meline. That just feels creepy. Maybe eventually, but not on first contact, right? We're strangers. Let's ask how they are. Take a second to track them down. There we go. Slowing time down so I don't completely blow through everything. Mildly funny comment to us. Tell a riveting tale. Oh no, burst out laughing first. We have a sense of humor, see? Okay, and then backs away from us slowly. Yeah, I get that a lot. Mildly funny comment back. Hey, you started the joke fest. Surprised burst of laughter. There we have it. I should have done the riveting tale while I had the chance. Change the subject. Riveting tale. Come on, come back to riveting tale. I'm not seeing it. We'll do the metaphysical quandary. Everybody loves a metaphysical quandary. You know, when you're standing in line talking to the stranger next to you. They see us as an acquaintance. Well, that's a good step. Shoot the breeze. Tell a riveting tale. Came back. You're reminded of a strange, compelling story and you tell it at length. Yes. Meline asks you a metaphysics question. Nobody here is qualified to answer. Yeah, that's not uncommon too. Reassure with logic. Okay, we're both acquaintances now. So one of the gains here is I might like to hire Meline to work on my ship, but for now, just building up a rapport with her will be helpful. If I do end up trying to hire her, it can certainly make the difference. I know we did try to hire somebody recently. It didn't go well. It was mostly on me. I think I overdid it. I lowered their demands way, way, way too much. And I probably should not have done that. Let's ask her about her skills, though. Hopefully she gives us a good response. Space navigation. Okay, well, that's not EVA suits, but it's something. One thing that does seem to be good, and they need to have the right skill set for it to work, but she could potentially we could do a lot of the off-ship work, and she could do the repairing and that of these things. Why do I have so many pumps still? I thought we sold them. I must have missed something. Gonna go try that again. We have even more money sitting there. Okay, let's mention a headline, but then we're getting really close here to ending this conversation. Nothing personal, Meline. We want to hold on to your phone number, probably ask you out in the future. And, so do we have any interesting skills? Yes, we are skilled in, what do we want to tell her? 0 G-ops. Yeah, we're going to tell her that. She's impressed, I can tell. So similar to the first conversation I had with my wife. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and leave for now, but we have somebody we can chat with here in the future. Maybe track her down and see what she's doing in another couple of salvage missions. Maybe we can see about hiring her. Okay. So we said later, unpause, and we walked away. Yeah. And now I can't remember what I was walking away for. Ah, yes, we had all those pumps. And I don't know why we have all those pumps. But we do. So what was that about? Okay, I don't know how I missed that. Go back and watch, and it's going to be sitting right there, and I just blew by it or something, probably 12,000 more. So that really was a good trip for us, all things considered. Yeah, there we go. Let's sell it. Accept. There, much better. Ship should be almost perfectly clean, and that is great. This does drive me a little crazy, the different floor pattern. Well, okay, I don't love the dots. For whatever reason, that annoys me. It's nothing personal, but it annoys me. The dumbest thing we ever said, I bet it's what we just said to Meline. Yep, I bet it is. But we're clobbered by the memory of it. And the funny thing is, I get this. It's so weird. This happens to me once a week. I think about, why did I ever say that to that person way back in 1986? It's ridiculous, but I do that. There we go. And yeah, that's a fun story. Maybe another time. But the long and short of it is, I think we go out and find another ship at this point. I think we got a few minutes yet that we can kick around and try something. So that was great sales. You know what? Let's see if we were to go and try to pay our bills. Overdue. That shouldn't be the case. We missed a payment at some point. Okay, let's pay everything. I see that happen more often than it should, considering I feel like I check it and it still happens. But all right, there we go. So I can't do the pre-mortgage payment now. Yeah, won't be able to do that for a bit. So we'll check at the beginning or the end of this shift, see if that's something we can do. We did already fuel up, basically. Let's go find another ship. let's go look at these. We'll start heading for that one. Of course, we have to undock first. Request undocking. Unclamp. Back the heck up. Get out of Dodge. Okay. Bringing that around. There we go. Have quite a bit of cross velocity there. I will want to get clear of the station here, and then we will start slowing that down. We can adjust for bearing right now, though. Actually, we are very slowly adjusting for bearing. I'm going to slow time way down so I can have a lot better control over that. I'm going to try to get that as close to 0 as I can. Nope, a little more. Too much. Okay, that's really, really good. Now it'll continue to drift because of the cross velocity, because it is changing the angle to the station ever so slightly while it's going. But there we go. That should be enough to clear the station. Yep, plenty. So we can zero that out basically. And too much. Not bad. We're off by a degree. Perfect. That is really, really good. 76 kilometers away. We're just going to do this with time acceleration. So jump in ahead. Trying to remember. Yeah, not something we want to mess with. You can kind of see where things will be at a certain amount of time because everything's moving in the universe by sliding these things around. I've never really learned well how to deal with those and how to use that to plan or anything. So not going to do it today, but that is something to consider. Might be something to play with at some point. Here we come into this ship. Not bad. Still very well aligned. Enjoying that. So let's speed up and get under a kilometer. There we go. Let's get a Titan Max or a Series Max or a Luna Max or some sort of Max. What do you think? Luna Max. Did you eat yet? I love that name. That's a great name. Ooh, this is one of those racing skiffs, it looks like. I'm not sure I would call it a Lunamax, though. Our ship's bigger than it. Our ship certainly isn't considered a Lunamax, is it? I don't think it is. Oh, and a dead body or two. So this is one where we might want to be prepared to have to deal. Alrighty. Shoes in the pockets. I usually do them that way so I don't mess it up over and over and over again. This we will do helmet there, backpack into the hand, suit on, machete in hand. Let's have at it. See what we got. I have a feeling we're not going to find anyone here alive. But, oh, that's a Hydra, isn't it? Look at that. Well, that made this trip worth it. 2 dead bodies. No live bodies, which honestly is what we want at this point. If, obviously something bad happened here, so I would bet that it was a pirate. We'll come up here, take a look up here and see anything interesting. Not really. Not really. Okay. We can come out here. In fact, I will, because I will be wanting to grab those thrusters. Same over here, but we'll have to cut a hole in the hull to do that eventually, I think. Is there? Oh, there is one. Never mind. do it just like that. See if we can come out here. We'll be able to walk all the way around the end at the very least. Actually, only seeing 2 thrusters here. I thought I saw a third on this side. Probably mistook that for it. Okay, and we will come kind of take the same peek over here. I'm going to speed up so he comes around quickly. There we go. Thrusters are missing. This is just flooring. Not a lot on this side. Another thruster. So as we saw, thrusters sell well. That's why I'm wanting to grab those. I didn't even think to look in the crate. Got to pry the crate open. Not a lot, honestly. Okay. I guess we will take a look at Faith here. Bleeding, gasping, blacking out, dead. Not necessarily in this order. All right, first thing we will do is examine the body. Here we go. Can't get to Faith. Well, that's never good. What is this? Another bin there. Mostly trash. Okay, let's take a look at Blake. Examine body. Closely examining the body to get a better idea of what happened. Washing up after grisly work is recommended. This male corpse was a kid once called Blake Owen Pena, but is now definitely dead. Okay, fatally poisoned. That's just too bad. I'm assuming we're going to learn the same about Faith here, but we can't get to Faith. We're going to have to drag Faith back into the ship a little bit and drop. It just, I don't know, that feels weird. And we will investigate Faith real quick. She has a gash on her arm. Fatally poisoned. All right, well, now we know. I'm trying to recall if I right click, do we have a commit to investigate death? We can do that. Seek victims' affiliation. Shipbreaker, most common soul around the boneyard. Informing a friend or next of kin would be kind, but informing IOSEC or telling Ayatimiwa Corp manager of their loss could earn me favor or reward. Yeah, I know. All right, let's see if we learn anything about who killed him. Probably not. Their killer makes a living as a shipbreaker. I am unremarkably social. Okay. Feeling nostalgic. I guess that makes sense. So I'm not going to close the death investigation. Collect clues about the killer. Seek victims' contacts. It's not pleasant work. No signs of Blake Pena's relatives or friends. That's too bad. All right. And then in order to look at Faith, I have to end the Blake Owen Pena story. So I'm going to hold off on that. I want to go ahead and continue that one out. Instead, we will come this way. And, boy, a Hydra. First thing we're going to do is repair the Hydra in place. Like I said, that alone makes the trip worth it. So we now have a Hydra to sell. I think we saw that the license desk was $19,000 for him, something like that. Good money for him. Almost done there, and then we can do a little bit of restore on it. Oh, that's the floor, though. We don't want to restore the floor. Pause, slow time down, right-click, intake, restore. Okay. And then we will uninstall it and take it away. I don't think I looked in those bins either. That's probably enough of that. Let's uninstall. Not the bin. The Hydra. Uninstall. 3 air pumps here. So we'll be living large here for a little bit, picking some of this stuff up. We'll bring this all the way down here. I should just take that. I should take that with me to pick up those tanks in that. That makes some sense, doesn't it? Here we go. We will pick up the cart. Yes, it slows us down, but you know. Okay. Well, we have some work to do here. I think we will go ahead and end this episode right here. And the next episode, we will pick up with him doing the work and then taking it back, seeing if we can find Blake Owen Pena's contacts or inform somebody from the Tamaway, or however we're supposed to say that, corporation, or some SecForce folks. We'll give it a try. We'll see what we can track down. But until then, thank you for your time and fair travels.